that this is my destiny. I was at my lowest, he saw the best of me. All of my doubts are the rest in peace. Buried them deep, then I let God come work with the rest of me. Yes, I am blessed, never stress, disconnect from all my demons. They can never get the best of me. Truly blessed to be a...
Greetings, my lovely little nomads, party people, and strangers everywhere across the internet. My name is V, and yes, these are going to be some faceless reviews. Not only for nomadic reviews, but there's gonna be like, let's see, 2 to 3 Mirage reviews videos that won't have face cam. Why? Firstly, I got a new webcam, but like how I got a new computer, which means faster rendering speed, I just don't really like having my face on right now because a lot of stuff is happening and I might be trying to get some stuff settled in since this is pandemic season and we are still gonna be locked in our houses for the greater part of the summer. So why don't we just make sure I don't have my face on cam? Ha ha ha! But on a serious tip though from all that stuff, guys, I hope you're all being safe, you're all practicing that whole social distancing and not doing anything foolish, because we do not want to be trapped in our houses until 2021. Especially not me, because I got so many people I need to hit up, and I'm still trying to make a short fucking film all the way from Boston to California. I can't stress how angry I am at Corona for existing. But speaking of short films, today we are looking into a few things. But firstly, we're going to start up a whole adventure with a Sims Machinima, courtesy of a recommendation from Tia. But we are looking at Little Mit's series of Intertwined, a Sims 2 Machinima.
Madness, madness, madness.
Intertwined, from what I've looked into for just the pilot and some snippets here and there, because I didn't want to spoil myself to all of the glorious dark nature that it was, is... well, how to describe it? Let's go to the basis first. Our adventure begins when our lead character, Elena, has just turned 18 in the pilot. Solely for the purpose of doing what most young adult stories do for their whole coming-of-age protagonist. They reach a certain age to where their powers can erupt into all glory, and then all of a sudden they get whisked away into dangers. Elena is no different. Just a normal, everyday girl in her mind with normal, everyday parents, normal, everyday friends, and then just out of nowhere seeing a few weird things in the background left and right, such as emo kids in leather outfits that look like they chafe. I mean, do you have any... I don't know, talcum powder to get rid of all the itching in all them areas with leather? And what happened to Homeboy's face with the bandage? But none of that really hits her really hard until, out of nowhere, she's being stalked a few different ways to Sunday. Most notably by one person that looks like they just got out of a crack binge.
I want some crack!
Like I said, just out of a crack binge. So, it is now a snippet of problems, not a lot of problems, a snippet of problems, until she's saved by one of the, I would say exhibitionists, but exhibitionists don't really wear that much leather. Just trying to save her from the folly of being stalked, only to then trigger her special abilities as we find out near the end of the pilot, a Darkling, which then initiates an entire series of events involving various supernatural creatures left and right in a dark and very, very serious tone of events that not a lot of series actually cover. I just used the word series and serious so serendipitously that I'm just now silly with how sustainable that was. My weird humor right now aside, that is the pure basis of where it just kicks off into place. I'm trying to omit a few things that are huge plot territory stuff because I'd rather you guys watch it over randomly hearing me go on and on about the property, about stuff I don't really know that well because I'm just getting started as well. If this were going to be a series-wide review, though, it would be different where I would cover everything plot relevant. But we're not there yet, just like we're not there yet in Sarenville Stories Invisible.
Competition.
The tone feature I'm going to use for this segment is honestly that of more my speed. If you guys know how I make my shows, I don't really make anything that's kid friendly. For everything, I'm going to be putting into the eyeball in one of the corners for, I would say, one of my more adult but grounded stories for a season 0 I tried to do. I didn't try to shy away from people doing stuff of robbery, murder, sexual themes, so forth and so on. And to have a director I can sit down and actually watch, listen, and appreciate to where they have the same exact direction where they don't try to pull punches to pull punches, but just try to make the real, is honestly refreshing. It honestly makes me appreciate how other filmmakers know where they want to push the boundaries, but also be respectable about how they're going to push said boundaries. It's that beautiful mark that says that they know what they're trying to have flourish in their styles, have just be their pinnacle taste for what they are aspiring to make their mark in the world. In that aspect, A Little Mid is one of the few, I guess, dark directors I honestly have the most respect for, that I honestly want to sit down, have a chat with, maybe interview to get a whole thing of we can have a meeting of the minds, see where we are, see if we are on that same wavelength creatively, before I'm just like, yo, let's be friends, because honestly, I need more friends to understand my dark nature as well as you would probably. I don't know, maybe I'm just fanboying a little bit. Who really knows? Who really cares? We having a fun time. But that's just the thing, though. When you find a director that has that wide appeal that you want to get a better grasp of, you want to have that whole solace for, it makes the enjoyment value of said themes go so well. And nothing epitomizes that more than when you're just sitting there trying to relate to Elena, but also trying to relate to the people trying to protect her, and also understand the stances about what are the risks. I may not know the full-blown story yet, but it does give off that nicer appeal of, I would say, the trilogy during the second and third books, Hunger Games' thing when it was focused more on Katniss being grounded about how she wanted to interact with things. Overall, though, for A Little Mid, about how she wanted to do Intertwined, there was nothing I could see as a negative story-wise about this entire property. Negatives only come from the fact that a lot of things with Sims can't be perfect. You can't have the perfect motions, the perfect lip syncing, the perfect eye matchups. Everything can get glitchy post-production. That is a thing of technology that you'd have to get Maxis to give you the code for, to do a lot more than just these standards. Because I'm not going to blame the directors for anything that goes wrong with The Sims itself. I'm only going to judge them on the story and how they execute it. And as for the last two machinimas, I didn't find anything negatively bad about the story. It kicked off nice, it did a great story, it gave us exactly what we wanted, and it knows what audience is trying to bring in. The people that want a darker story or a more adult story that can be wrapped up in something as old to other people as Sims 2, even though a lot of people say Sims 2 and Sims 3 are vastly superior to Sims 4. I can't really guess on the how or whys because I'm not a Sims person, but you know, all I can say is right now, I want to see more, but I can't do a full-blown review until I can marathon everything. So when A Little Mid comes out with the entirety of Intertwined, to where I can just binge everything again from episodes 1 to the season finale or series finale, I don't care which one at this point, I just want the full story of season 1. I will return to this just like I will with Invisible, where you guys can tell me in the comments you want me to do Mirage reviews or Nomadic reviews. Either or will be a fine option because I want to talk about this series more, and I want to talk about invisible more. You guys just gotta let me know and let the directors know I want to do these reviews. I want to make sure that they get more recognition for what they've done, and also to try and at least get a little bit more of a word out outside of the whole Sims community, because Sims can only go so far, y'all. Like Minecraft, it goes only as far as you allow it. You gotta also have more avenues to get your vision out. Trust me, I know. Now, with this being a conclusion to another episode of Nomadic Reviews, for now, we have to gear up for our first ever gaming review. But before that, I figured we'd do my very last Facecam vid, as we go over the one review that made me fall in love with being a critic once again. But the question is, which review would that be? Could it be?
Boy, you crazy!